Getting ready to use Cursor to create our Halloween costume idea app, AI, generated Halloween costume ideas. The only difference I'm doing with Cursor here is that I have to tell it that there's going to be a mobile app that we're going to use React Native, which is a framework where you only have to code once and then you can compile it for use in either Android or iOS. I'm running Windows 10. I can't compile iOS on here. You need a Mac to do that. So we're going to build it for Android, and I'm just telling it that I have Android Studio involved. Otherwise, this prompt is the same. And so I entered that into Cursor after creating my directory, and it's installing React Native and some of the other dependencies in here right now. Using PowerShell to create a .env file. I'm going to hit skip on this, and I'm going to tell it that by Cursor rules, it cannot create an env file. But this is something I knew already. Like Cursor programming. Cursor rules is a different thing that I don't want to get it confused. Now it's continuing on with creating the rest of the files. It did what I said. It created env.example. And I knew about this from, having worked with Cursor for a while, that these .env files can't be seen. You can see it's moving along. Created several directories, and now you can see it's actually creating screens: home screen, trending events, costume ideas screen. And I didn't tell it anything what to do, or how that app ended up looking from Vibe Code app yesterday. So very anxious to see what this looks like when it's all said and done. By comparison, something that I really like about Cursor versus what I experienced in Vibe Code app yesterday is just how verbose it is in explaining exactly what it's doing. Creating all these files, you can see that these files exist over here under these folders. So you get an idea of how this application is structured, and it just tells you that as it's going along. And then it finished up here, and it gives this nice couple of things, actually. Let me back up and point out. First of all, it created a README file, which talks about the app, everything about it. And then in the end here, it gives this nice summary of what it did. A complete native React project structure, various screens, costume card, env examples. Then it's telling me here I have to rename that to en.env. And then here it's telling me something that they did not get yesterday from Vibecode app. Add your OpenAI API key for costume generation. Add your Stability AI API key for image generation. Optionally add News API key for real trending events. So I have to go get these. I'm going to go grab those, put them into the env file, and then we will test this out, see what happens. I went out and obtained API keys from Stability and from OpenAI and from News API. The News API one is free for developers, but it doesn't include a lot of usage. The next tier up from that is almost $500 a month. So that's interesting. We'll see how much use we can get out of it at the free tier. For Stability and OpenAI, I just bought $10 worth of credits. We'll see how far that gets us into testing. But it just goes to show that if you're downloading or using apps that say that they are AI powered in the background, that is costing money somewhere. That stuff's not free for an app to go out and use AI to run whatever features it's providing you. So keep that in mind. I didn't get it as it was loading up, but this is it. This is the first time running it in the phone emulator. This is the developer menu. It gives you access to useful tools in Expo Go. Press Control M. All right, do it. Okay, there's our app. Right, Halloween costume AI, search custom ideas, AI breakthrough news in healthcare, viral dance challenge. So this is some of the stuff that, Not going to be appropriate for Halloween costumes, but we can get to that. Let's here and see what happens. Here's some creative costume ideas inspired by viral dance challenge. I mean, you can see this is already significantly more functional than what we were getting in in the one from VibeCode app. Now, to be fair, I have API keys in here that are connected to real sources and can fetch this stuff. So, but going back to what I was saying yesterday about VibeCode app never telling me any of that, that's the problem. Okay, viral TikTok dancer entertainment edition. Let's just generate an image here, see what happens. The image has been generated. Okay, where is it? Search isn't working. There doesn't seem to be any kind of functional nav bar down at the bottom. Okay, but we don't know where the photos are. So I'm going to go back and tell Cursor, where is it saving the photos? And try to find out. Leave it at that for now. You'll notice here in Cursor, here's the summary of everything it did, but it showed me all along what it was doing, getting all these files. First it confirmed, which I like. It confirmed, what I was talking about, restating it back to me and saying what it was going to do, and went through and changed these files. Did some testing on its own, which was good. It realized it needed another package, installed that, and then gave me a summary of everything it did. And then now I have to restart the app and test it again. Let's try this again and generate a costume image. Okay, this is the AI generated costume image for viral TikTok dancer. I don't know if that's a viral TikTok dancer, but it's certainly Halloween related. Even has the creepy AI hands to show for it. And it gives us options here for new image, save, share. Let me hit new image. Refresh this. Okay, not too bad. Better than what we were getting in the other one where it was only showing like between the neck and the waist. This kind of shows a whole setup of clothing and everything. Let's go back to the front, and there is no go down and refresh. Okay, try to search new family again. Just came back with exact same things. So you can either work on the main page or the search again. I think I want to work on the main page first. And I'm going to tell it two things: get rid of the tragic, boring news stories, focus on pop culture, family friendly, and then a refresh option. Okay, I told it I needed news stories on the main page to be updated each time the app is opened. Pull down refresh for the users and the news stories to be focused on pop culture and entertainment, to avoid tragic topics. And then if there are any images that can be observed as part of the news stories, it should be used to inspire the Halloween costume idea. Let's see what it came up with. There is showing this news fetch error down here, but you can see that the news stories have updated, and it didn't really change into what, these are not Halloween costume related things. Maybe some of this would be good. Let me see what this comes up. Or actually, yeah, let's try this one. See what it gives us. Failed to load costume ideas, but it's, it's iterative here. And this is the main thing. Through enough prompting here, it's getting there. And I think that it will get to a place where it'll do what I want it to do. Um, and it's just a lot of back and forth with the AI. But I feel very confident, having used Cursor for about a year now, that it will be able to do this. It just requires some more work. So uh, the feedback I have for Vibe Code app is that I don't, if there's an option to make it more a more advanced option, I guess, for people that want to build more advanced things with it, that it just needs to have a better interaction with the user so that you can do this kind of iteration that I'm doing right now with Cursor on this app. But it's interesting. I think, I don't know if it's a good app idea or not. It just kind of came to me out of nowhere, but I, you know, I think it could be something interesting. But I have to get it tuned well enough to get to that point before it would be something that I would want to release. But I'll keep playing around with it, and maybe I'll make another video updating. Thank you for watching. Come back to this channel. I will be producing a lot more videos around tech and vibe coding. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm only getting started. I've got a lot of ideas of things I want to try, and I want to share them with everybody. Thank you.